Andro Dunos 2 from Japanese game developers and brothers Picorinne Soft is a high-octane shmup insta-classic that I've had the privilege of playing recently, and this is just going to be a quick wee mini-review to shout it out and say it really is a shooter worth playing, and that in the current PSN sale especially, it's a real steal. Published by French indie lovers Pixel Heart, this is a brand new sequel to a Neo Geo original that came out 30 years ago, and I never had a Neo Geo, so I can't say that I played it or was necessarily even that aware of it. So we will really just be talking about the new sequel here, but I love that there are developers and publishers who are passionate and skilled enough to revive IPs as promising as this. It's always cool to see. Anyway, I suppose something that I should say is that I've always been a fan of these sorts of games and high action twin stick shooters as well. I enjoy learning them and trying to optimise my runs, and I like that they always keep the player engaged with constant action. I've often heard others describe them as bullet hell, and I can get that. But to me, they're actually kind of bullet heaven, as I enter a zen-like state and forget any real-life troubles that I might have as I get to just focus on that bullet flow. It's almost a form of meditation. Some of my favourite franchises through the years have been Gradius and R-Type, and pretty much anything from Housemarque. But anyway, look, enough about me, let's talk about the game. As you've no doubt already seen here, the graphics are pretty cool, from the ever-changing and varied backgrounds to the enemies, bullets and explosions. It's all masterfully done and a treat for any pixel fans out there. The movement of your ship is also incredibly fluid and seems genuinely perfectly paced to the obstacles that crop up. Some games like this allow you to change your ship speed, but in this there's just no need for that at all as it's so tightly designed. Dodging bullets is a joy, and dashing in to collect a pickup or to try and intercept an enemy to keep your combo going always leaves you on the edge of your seat, and you do have 4 different weapon types to switch between at any point, and you even start the game with all 4 equipped. At first you'll need to experiment a little to see what's best for each situation, but once you get into that flow of knowing what to switch to for each encounter, it becomes almost like a puzzle shmup of sorts. But at the same time, there's no real negative if you decide to play the whole game with just one of those weapon types. It's totally possible. You just won't necessarily get as high a score, but in that sense, it's very accessible. I would say that easy mode also adds to this accessibility, as when playing on that difficulty, not only is the game still frantic enough to be fun, but also forgiving enough that I reckon most of you could complete it. And there's no shame in easy mode. I certainly cut my teeth in it when I was learning the mechanics. You'll find yourself constantly collecting upgrades for your various weapons, and it's totally up to you to decide what you level up at each specific moment. I like when these games give that level of player choice. Upon dying, whichever weapon you have equipped at that moment will downgrade, but going back to the accessibility point for a moment, that doesn't happen to you on easy mode, so you can in fact just level up everything, and even if you die you will still feel like a proper action hero. At this point, I have completed the game on its hardest difficulty, and I found it to be just about the right level of challenge, honestly. It's such a well designed and well balanced game, and the levels are also interesting that you do find yourself absorbing their details and learning them as you go. It's top tier. It's available on all your home consoles and PC, and I really do highly recommend it for any fan of the genre, or even anyone who just wants to metaphorically blow some quarters and have a blast for a few hours. A single playthrough takes about 30 to 40 minutes, but my playtime must already be at least a dozen hours. It's marvellous. I'd like to thank Impy nominated Dreamer Talk33 for recommending the game to me. They themselves are actually a fantastic shmup developer, and they're behind Gaiahawk, one of the best shmups made in Dreams. If you've just come here for Andro Dunos 2, but you have a PS4 or PS5, then you really do need to check out the whole of the Dreams shmup scene. There's so much talent who've made great stuff for you to play, and even some kits for you to make your own things. Anyway, it's about time I wrapped this up. It was actually just meant to be a quick little thing for a Sunday afternoon, because quite frankly, it's raining outside. Au revoir, mon ami.